Hey guys, happy Wednesday, hump day. I just thought that I'd post a really short post today. We have seen an awful lot, read an awful lot, especially today, and so much plot is flying at us, and so many of the twists and so many of the conflicts that are coming along with it, that your head is probably spinning enough as it is. But I do want to take one moment to talk to you about the fire journal that you did on the way in, which of course you can copy right down below and do at home if you missed it, or you can finish it at home if you missed it. But the fire journal that happened even before all of this stuff was this quote from Sal that said, "All those messages had invaded my brain and affected the way I looked at things." This was from the lunatic, but the lunatic sounds very much like a wise person. We actually get that confirmed for us today when we read. I won't spoil it for you if you hadn't read it yet, but I would do that for sure. I asked you the question, how has the lunatic affected Sal's perspective? Have your perspectives or opinions or even your actions changed as a result of the lessons we are learning through our connections to these characters? Explain. I asked you in class today how many of you were enjoying the book, and literally every single student raised their hand today. I don't know if you were just following the pack, but it seems like most of you are genuinely enjoying and connecting to this story, and it's not a coincidence that you are finally doing all of the thinking that you're supposed to be doing while you're reading a book. See, this isn't the best book that was ever written. I happen to think it's a very good book. It's one of the best, in my opinion, for this particular genre. But honestly, the reason you're having this reaction to this book is not any magic that's attached to the book or any magic that I'm doing. It's that you're finally using these things that you tend to do during movies and TV shows without even thinking about it. Locking on to characters. Really trying to connect with them. Getting inside their heads. Following them through all of their actions, the plot that is going on around them. Putting yourself in their conflicts. Living through their conflicts. Seeing how that changes their actions, and eventually through the resolution of these conflicts, you are seeing that things have been coming up over and over and over and over again. Most importantly, the fact that changes happen all the time. And it's the way that we react to changes that changes us. Ultimately, we analyze all those things that came up over and over again, those themes that kept coming up, and we turn them into some sort of main idea that we could crystallize into something learnable that changes the main character of the story, but also, because we've been doing the connecting, changes us. And so, I want you to continue to do that. That's a very important part of what we're doing here. All of these different things that happened today, particularly well, spoiler alert, press pause if you haven't read it yet today, because there's a ton of stuff. Pause now. Okay, for those of you who are still with me, Mrs. Winterbottom has a son from a previous relationship that she had to give up to adoption before she even met Mr. Winterbottom. Whoa! Talk about hiding something from somebody. Now, the Winterbottoms actually wind up accepting Mike into their family. And Phoebe says, you know what, when you all decide how many people are actually in this family, why don't you come talk to me? She's very angry. And it's an entire life change, and she experienced like 3 rapid life changes right in a row in these past like 5 to 6 chapters. So it's how we react to changes that ultimately determines who we become. And I want you to keep thinking about that, because there are more changes yet to come. And all of our characters throughout the whole book that we've been analyzing are dealing with changes. And they're changing. And I want you to look a little harder at life, to look a little harder at your situations, and think about how they've changed you. And perhaps how you could even change yourself and alter yourself. Maybe how have your opinions, perspectives, actions changed. I hope that you're treating the people who are most important to you in life better than you were before you started reading this book. That's the power of literature, when you're really reading and connecting and doing all that stuff that a good reader does. Because I'm not asking you to split the atom here. I'm just asking you to keep as good a track of all the stuff that you keep track of in a movie or a TV show. And you know what? It's paying off. You guys are increasing your ability to read. And I love that. I'll see you guys tomorrow.